This is MMA Fighting's Road to the Main Event, Anthony Johnson versus Ryan Bader. We start on December 13th, 2008. Ryan Bader wins his first official UFC fight against Vinny Magalhães to win Season 8 of The Ultimate Fighter. Bader would go on to win 9 of his next 13 UFC fights, including a decision victory over Rampage Jackson in Tokyo at UFC 144.
You hit it perfectly on the head. I go out there, I think if I, go out there and beat Rampage, it pretty much was kind of a race a little bit, but we definitely made some changes. I had 2 losses in a row, made some changes in the coaching staff and everything, and you have to look back and do something different. And so we did that, and I felt like I've grown so much as a fighter since then. I worked with him my last fight, and I felt great, and executed the game plan perfectly, and worked with him for this fight, and I think it's just going to keep getting better and better.
For Anthony Johnson, his journey begins at UFC 172. This would be his first fight in the UFC as a light heavyweight.
Anthony, I am probably the last one to say this, but welcome back. What's it like? Media day, all this stuff. What's it like being back in the UFC?
It's fun. It's fun. I've been having a blast since I've been back. Once again, I don't hate everybody because I'm making weight, and I can eat, I can drink, so I feel good.
Do you have to cut any weight to 205?
Yeah, I was 230. Okay. Dropped down so far. I'm only 6 pounds over.
What a pleasure it must be, right?
Exactly. Like I said, I don't hate everybody now. I'm actually happy.
Johnson wins a dominant unanimous decision over Phil Davis. June 14th, 2014, UFC 174 in Vancouver. Ryan Bader returned to the cage after a hand injury during his victory over Anthony Perosh.
Yeah, I feel like get a little momentum going and keep that rolling, through Cavalcante. And so I think I'm getting better. I think I'm in the beginning of my prime, with the right people around me. Whereas in the past, I thought I knew what I was doing, but I didn't have the right people around me, and I didn't know any better. And so now I feel like I'm at that place. I feel like I'm finally becoming the fighter that I want to be and think I am. And so going forward, with this fight is a fight I really want to, against tough competition, kind of use that as a catalyst to keep climbing that division and be where I think I should be.
Bader wins a lopsided unanimous decision over Fei Zhao. July 26, 2014, Anthony Johnson versus Little Nog in San Jose, California on UFC on Fox 12.
What concerns you most about him?
Nothing.
Nothing at all?
Nothing at all.
Easy win?
Not going to be an easy win, but I'm not concerned about anything.
Johnson wins by pure violence, a first-round knockout.
I was blown away by Anthony's performance tonight. He made it quick, and he made it look easy. Unbelievable. So we'll get him another fight.
I don't know who you would like next. I mean, I know you actually.
Everybody.
Everybody.
August 16th, 2014. Bader would continue his dominance with another decision victory over Ovince St. Preux at UFC Fight Night 47. January 24th, 2015. Both men are on the main card for UFC on Fox 14 in Stockholm, Sweden. Bader would face Phil Davis, and Johnson would face Gustafsson for consideration as the next contender to face then-champion John Jones.
You've really had a lot of ups and downs in your career. We were looking back on my...
You can say careers because
it does feel like careers. It really does. You've had multiple careers, multiple weight classes. But, even starting with the Kevin Burns incident, remember with your eye, that was a serious deal. And then with obviously the weight stuff and what happened recently with the suspension, it's amazing how much you've been through to get to this point, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's been a journey, but I'm still here. I didn't give up. So that alone should, speak volumes on who I am.
Bader would win a tepid but strategic bout. Johnson, however, wins by brutal first-round knockout over the hometown hero.
Did you believe that you could knock him out in the first round?
Yes. When the first time that you left the promotion, did you ever lose hope that you would be here as the #1 contender, getting ready to fight probably the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world?
I never gave up hope on myself, but I never thought I would be in this situation. This is a blessing, all I know is that, my coach Henry Hoof, the Black Zillions, my manager Glenn Robinson, and ASM, they never gave up on me, and I love them for that. There's a lot of people that doubted me, and at times I doubted myself, with certain situations, but I'm here, and I don't plan on looking back and going backwards at all.
May 23, 2015. Anthony Johnson receives his title shot for the now vacant light heavyweight belt against Daniel Cormier.
Feel any different to you?
No, it's just a fight.
How do you come in with that mentality when you know what's on the line?
It's just a fight. I got to punch somebody different, so I'm happy about that. That's it.
You said you think this is a tougher fight for you. Do you really mean that, or is that something?
No, I really mean it. I mean it because this is DC's second chance. You know what I mean? When people get second chances, they tend to go a little bit harder. You know what I'm saying? So he's finna come at me like a bulldog, and I expect that. So the fact that I expect it, it doesn't surprise me with anything that he brings. So I know what I'm getting myself into, and so does he.
After a very strong start, Johnson would go on to lose by third-round submission.
If I would have stood in front of Anthony, this thing would be sitting on the opposite side of this press conference right now. He hit me so hard, and I was like, man, not only does this guy hit hard, he's very fast. So when he hit me, I fell, and I turned around, and behind me, I saw him coming chasing me. I was like, holy shit, he's coming after me. So I tried to grab him, but then he just started punching me again. And then eventually I was able to grab him and kind of get my head back about me. I wasn't like completely out, but I was like, I did get stunned. That's the first time I've ever been knocked down in practice, competition, anything. I fell. In the moment I rolled, because I'm kind of chubby, you know, so you roll when you fall. I looked behind me and there was Anthony. He was like coming, and I was like, holy cow, he's right behind me.
I hope that's your game plan next time, bro. Please.
What?
Just stand there.
Hell no, I ain't standing in front of you. Are you crazy?
I can't lie. He wrestled the hell out of me tonight. So I wasn't trying to take your limelight right now, bro.
He hit me one time, and look at my face. He hit me on the side of the face one time. I was like, holy cow. He kicked me in the face a couple times too. It sucked.
Yeah, your head hurt my foot.
September 5th, 2015. UFC 191. Johnson returns to the octagon to face Jimmy Manuwa.
I would be remiss if I don't ask you about the last couple of weeks, so I hope you don't mind. Were you worried at all?
It surprised me that you asked me anything, so go ahead.
Were you worried that you wouldn't make it to this fight card?
No, I was never worried.
Did you think that you were treated fairly throughout the whole process?
I mean, UFC did what they had to do. They did an investigation, and it is what it is. You know what I mean? Everybody made a big, well, the media made a big stink about it, made it seem like it was more than what it was, and they tried to put the DV stuff in it. I'm like, dude, I threw a yoga mat and then talk some trash. All right, who hasn't got mad and thrown something? So, you know, I talk trash. You know, like, I'm human. I'm allowed to get mad and have a temper tantrum. Hell, I didn't kill anybody. I'm not gonna kill anybody.
Did you ever wonder, like, man, I almost did this one to myself because you were the one that wrote about it?
I know I wrote about it, you know, but when you're pissed, you know, you do things sometimes without thinking. And as far as me doing anything, I wrote it. I didn't like touch anybody. I'm not gonna touch anybody. I'm not stupid enough to do that. I know what I can do to people, and I know my career would be on the line. You know, I'm not that much of a fool. I mean, I've did some stupid shit, but I'm not that much of a fool.
You wanted to come back quickly after the Cormier fight. Why?
I love what I do. I love my job. I have fun. I love staying in shape, getting in shape, I should say, and just fighting, you know? So if I can fight and do what I love to do and get paid for it, why not? I mean, I'll fight 6 times a year if I could.
And you handled the Cormier loss impressively well. How long did it take for you to get over it? Are you over it?
You can never be over a loss, you know, but I don't dwell on it. I don't let it eat me up on the inside. The loss just made me want to improve myself and just get better. Better and better and better so I can win the title.
Johnson wins by second-round knockout.
And pretty emotional as you left the cage. You had a message for the media as you walked by. I know what you're referring to. You had kind of a rough build up to this, but you said to all of us,
I thought it wasn't rough. I was fine.
Okay.
You guys weren't fine.
Fair enough. Well, I was going to ask you an opportunity to expand on that now here in front of everybody. It was a brief message. Hey, write about this. Do you feel like you've been treated unfairly and people are a little too harsh on you?
Like I said before, you guys are going to write whatever you want to write. A lot of you guys write a lot of bullshit, you know, but that's what you do. That's what you have to do to get paid, and I'm fine with that. But if you're going to write something bad, also write something good.
1 month later, Bader would return to the UFC and face Rashad Evans in Houston, Texas.
We just finished talking to Rashad, and he was chirping and barking at your direction. What did you make of all of that?
Well, maybe you can tell me why he was chirping and barking at me.
Well, what happened was, I'll be honest, I said, do you think Ryan Bader is on your level as a fighter? I've seen some talk back and forth. At first, he was like, I could tell he wanted to say something but wasn't. I was like, come on, just be honest. Don't sugar. He said, no, he's not on my level. And then he said, look at him over there. He's scared. And then it just kind of escalated.
Oh, I'm scared. The thing about with him, he's insecure right now. He doesn't know how his body's going to feel. He doesn't know how his mind is coming into this fight. So he's got to do little stuff like that to get himself up. You know, I've been fighting and beating top 10 guys the last 4 fights, tough guys, top 5 guys, you know, while he's been injured and out. So I think it's more insecurities than anything, you know, for him to be sitting here barking at me like that. And I'm scared for some reason. That shows me he's scared.
Do you feel like he's almost trying to convince himself?
Yeah, he's trying to convince himself that he's fine. He's going to come back and be the same Rashad. You know, I hope he is. You know, I've trained for that. I'm ready for that. I'm in the best shape. You know, experience-wise, it'll be my 17th fight in the UFC. I get better every single time. I haven't fought since February, and I've been in almost 3 training camps. You know, a training camp for DC. After it, when I was thinking, hey, maybe I have a shot at this title shot, and then now Rashad. That whole time he's been out, and I've been beating guys, winning against top competition, and training hard and getting better. I'm not going to be the same fighter that you saw in February.
In what may have been the best performance of his career, Bader defeats Evans by unanimous decision. On Saturday, January 30th, Anthony Johnson and Ryan Bader will fight to keep their title hopes alive.